What's up, everybody? Here for Basketball Wives, Season 5, Episode 2. Let's get into it. It starts off with Angel and Jackie. And Angel is saying that she feels disrespected by Malaysia. She feels like Malaysia has no respect for her. Malaysia doesn't acknowledge her presence. And she's like, when they were discussing, when Malaysia and Jackie were discussing Angel, Malaysia was like, oh, I like Angels. And she's like, no, what about Angel Brinks? And, Malaysia's like, well, who's that? So Angel's like, really? You know who I am. You came to me asking me for my advice and my expertise. And now you want to act like you don't know who I am? No, don't do that. At least show me some respect. So Angel feels like she's not going to hold her tongue anymore. She's going to say how she feel. And she's tired of being disrespected, which is cool. I mean, get your respect some kind of way, but Malaysia is not going to apologize. Malaysia does not care. I'm sorry, honestly. So now we get to Tammy and Reggie, and they moved back to LA, smaller apartment or whatever. And Tammy was just like, she was in Houston and it wasn't working out there for her. She wants to come to LA where she knows she can get auditions, take meetings, and book gigs. So then they're discussing going to the fertility doctor because they really want to have a baby. And then they're discussing the arrival of Tammy's two daughters. And Tammy is like, her daughters will be coming or whatever. And she's like, she know that she raised them well. Like they know the value of living smaller or whatever. She just wants to see how it'll all work with all four of them in one house, a house that's not that big or whatever. So now we get to Brandy, Duffy, and Angel. And Duffy wants to meet Angel since she's a fan of her clothing line. And Brandy is very skeptical of this meeting due to the whole Malaysia situation. So Angel and Duffy get to talking, and Duffy is like, I've seen your work before. I would love to like try on some pieces or whatever. I'm a DJ, so I like things that are glamorous. Everything I see for you is glamorous. Everything I see for you pop. So, Angel is feeling her because she's like, I like her professionalism. That's how you take a meeting, and that's how you talk to someone. So they finally invite Angel to the welcome home party. I think I have a lash in my eye. They invite Angel to the welcome home party. And, Angel is nervous about seeing everybody because she hasn't seen Malaysia or anything, I guess, since the reunion and since everything has gone down. So, Brandy is like, don't be nervous. It is what it is. Y'all are going to have to see each other at some point. So now we get to Malaysia and her sister Crystal. And Malaysia is like, well, you notice I'm wearing my ring. And Crystal is like, well, what's the reason for wearing your ring? And she's like, sometimes I just have to remind myself that I'm that bitch. What? So you're wearing your wedding ring but you're divorced, and you're wearing it because you have to remind yourself that you're that bitch. Huh? Like, I didn't understand that at all. I was okay. I was like, okay, Malaysia, that makes you feel better. Whatever. So Malaysia is really feeling like she's like, she didn't know how stressful it was being a single mom. She has to be the mom and the dad. And she sometimes feel like calling up her husband and like asking him like, hey, what do you think? Like, but that's all a part of co-parenting. Y'all are no longer together, so y'all have to be a team for the sake of the kids. So if that's what you got to do to make it work, then that's what you got to do. So they were discussing the whole interview and the beef that she has with Angel, and she's like, she feels like that Angel threatened her on the radio, saying that she would punch her in the face or whatever. And then she was discussing Duffy, and she's saying that she's not really feeling Duffy too tough, because she feels like Duffy is throwing shade and whatnot, and she's not really interested in going to the party for Duffy, but she's gonna go to support Brandy. I'm like, okay. So now we get to Brandy and Jason Jr. They're on a zoo trip, and little Jason doesn't know that his daddy is coming there because he hasn't seen his dad in like 3 months. Jason has been away in China, I guess, like overseas playing ball. But after the 3 months, he's coming to surprise little Jason. So, little Jason sees him, he's happy or whatever. And Lil Jason says, "Oh, don't be sad anymore, mommy." Basically blowing Brandy up like she's been sad that Jason's been away. And Brandy, basically quickly covered her tracks and was like, "No, I'm not sad. I'm happy that you got to see Daddy." So as little Jason runs off to go play or whatever, he explains that altercation happened and he got suspended and sent back home. So Jason is basically making promises like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do right by you. I want my family back. And Brandy is like, I don't want to discuss us anymore. I want to discuss what you're gonna do as a father, because regardless, we still have little Jason to raise. I don't want to discuss us because you make these promises and they're empty promises. You don't hold fast to them. So she feels like she doesn't want to be around him, but she has to for the sake of the baby. And she doesn't want to hear talking anymore. She wants to see action. She just wants them to get it together. She wishes that he could just look at their son and think, man, I need to get it together. I need to fight for us. I get it, Brandy. I get it 100%. But like you said, you can't make a man do something that he doesn't want to do. So if he wants to make it work, he'll do all things possible to make it work. If he doesn't want to make it work, he's going to do all things possible to ruin it. It is what it is. Either way, don't let that stop your life. So now we get to Jackie and Doug. And Jackie is in this like crash pad that they have. And it's a second home for her career. I don't know what career that is that Jackie has, but Jackie claims she's a boss. I do know she has her liquor line and whatever else she has going on. I'm not trying to like undermine what Jackie does. I don't really know what Jackie does, but Jackie said that she booked she booked pilots and movies and all this other stuff. I don't know. So Doug comes and he sees the apartment and he's like, I like it, but I won't be here as much because I'm going to Reno and whatnot. So they're just basically talking about sacrifices. She has to make sacrifices and he has to make sacrifices. And Jackie's basically like, I've made sacrifices for your career for the last 16 years. I'm just asking you to do the same for mine. And, the conversation gets uncomfortable and Jackie is like, I won't be with you in Reno, so who will satisfy you? And he's like, oh, there's plenty of people who will satisfy me. And, Jackie kind of chuckled. And she's like, listen, I'll just have to check your bowls and make sure it's full. And I know if it's full, you're waiting for me. And I'm just sitting here like, Jackie, please, can we not have this discussion again? Like, we get it. We get it. We get it. Your husband has needs. You want to satisfy those needs, but y'all are busy achieving y'all dreams. We get it. But can you stop talking about checking this man's bowls? Because nobody in America wants to hear this right now. So I'm just like, and Doug is like, you're a damn fool. I love you, even though you're a damn fool. I'm like, yes, Doug, your wife is kooky. Cuckoo. So now we get to the welcome party. Brandy and Duffy arrive first to get their drinks. And then Angel, Brinks, and Angel Love arrive. And Brandy immediately finds the fact that they're both named Angel corny. And she's like, one of y'all gonna have to change y'all names. That's corny. So Malaysia arrives, already. She doesn't want to be there. Her guard is up. And she says hi to everybody. Doesn't even acknowledge the fact that Angel is there. So Brandy is wondering why Brandy is wondering why Malaysia is acting weird. And Malaysia's like, I'm not acting weird. I just don't really care to be in a room full of people that I don't like. So Jackie arrives and they have like a new beginnings toast for Duffy. Malaysia's like, all right, toast is over. I'm ready to go. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. So Angel is like, wow, my presence really affected you that you have to leave abruptly. And I'm like, yes and no. Don't feel too hype about that, Angel, because it's not only you that she doesn't want to see. It's Duffy as well, but she's there off of the strength of Brandy. She doesn't care for Duffy and she doesn't care for you. So it's not just you. Don't get so hyped thinking it's just you, because it's not just you. She doesn't like Duffy as well. So Brandy they're asking, where did Malaysia go, blah, blah, blah. So Brandy is telling like a little white lie, like, oh, Malaysia left abruptly because her son kept calling. Something happened with the nanny. It is what it is. She has something to take care of. So Duffy is like, girl, do I have stupid written on my forehead? I know she didn't leave because of her child. She left because she's uncomfortable. She doesn't want to be here and she's around people that she doesn't like. And I'm like, well, Duffy, you know this, but Brandy is just trying to save face for Malaysia. So Jackie, was it Jackie? Yeah, Jackie goes to check on Malaysia. And Malaysia's like, she just doesn't want to be in a fake situation. And then Brandy goes to go check on her. And Brandy is like, you're my best friend and I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy this. So Malaysia is like, well, right now I'm not sure if we're best friends. And I'm like, oh, like y'all friendship like fluctuates. Like it goes up and down. So, Angel is still trying to find Angel Love is like, what's going on? What's the problem? So they're just trying to find out. She's just trying to find out the truth. And Brandy is like, no, it was something with her kid or whatever. So, Angel. Angel Love just wants to know what's going on. Like, she's just asking questions. She doesn't know what's going on with the group. And she's like, what's with the dynamic of this group? Like, what's going on? Why did she leave? Blah, blah, blah. Like, just asking questions, just filling it out, being curious. So, Duffy calls over Jackie. And she's like, well, from what I know from Jackie, Jackie will keep it real. So she asked Jackie what was the real reason that Malaysia left. And Jackie tells her she didn't want to be around Angel. She didn't want to be in this situation, so she left. She felt uncomfortable. So Brandy comes over because she hears the conversation. And she's like, I told you the reason why Malaysia left or whatever. And Jackie's like, that ain't the reason why she left. She left because she was uncomfortable and she said so. So Brandy is like, Jackie, shut up. Like, I want them to think. But I'm like, Brandy, they already know the truth. They know that Malaysia left because she is uncomfortable. Like, just tell the truth. They already know the truth. So they were being petty and Shay and Malaysia basically saying like, Malaysia is bougie, Malaysia is standoffish, or whatever. So Jackie believes that Jackie believes that Angel owes Malaysia an apology. And wait, Jackie believes that Malaysia owes Angel an apology. Brandy believes that Angel owes Malaysia an apology. So Brandy is just like over it defending Malaysia because Malaysia feels like not Malaysia. Brandy feels like Malaysia was doing business with Angel and Angel doing the radio interview just made matters worse. And I can say that I kind of agree because Angel could have just left Malaysia's name out of her mouth and it would have been that. They just wouldn't have been cordial. But because she said something, that's what made it worse. So Brandy is over it and she leaves. And Jackie is like, listen, Duffy, welcome to LA. Welcome to this drama that happens all the time. Duffy is over it and doesn't really care for the drama. And it basically ended on that note. So y'all let me know how y'all felt about this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. See you in the next video, which I'm getting into right now. Later.